How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another view. I will have to apologise about my voice. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather at the moment, but I'm going to get this out. So today's unboxing is a little gift, well, not really a gift, a little something which I ordered from one of the boys over east, and I can't emphasise enough how good of a deal I ended up actually getting. I've already gone through, jumped on Blast Tech, because I've done this shopping list a couple of times, so I already knew roughly how much I was in for. And picking this up for only $300 like posted, bloody score. Unfortunately, the guy I was just trying to sell it ended up having to wait about a month, just of me, like while I was trying to sort out some other things. But in the meantime, he was still trying to sell the blaster. He had a few people interested. Unfortunately, people just due to the timing weren't overly keen. Um, with the drop of the Harrier and everything, it was just bad timing. But what I got in this, I personally consider to be a good deal. Going through Blast Attack, about roughly 80% of what's in here is still going to run you up over 330 bucks. Especially because of that part. That's going to bring it up over the 360 mark. But finally, I get my review done of the work of Swift. I do have, this will make the last colour which I needed. Bring me up to all three. So let's set this aside for a moment. So straight up in the box, you got instructions, always fun, but no one ever uses them. These blasters are so straightforward, you shouldn't need to. Just a little, note. Alright, so already what you think, a couple of things I didn't have in the price tag was the extra O-rings. A few extra bits in there, including Darkgate. So as I said, all this, like ordering from Blast Tech, will run you well over the 330 mark, and you won't be able to get everything through Blast Tech. That's one of the extra bits. It's extras. So I don't actually remember getting this with my purple Nexus, the orange cap. So that's interesting. New set of stickers. Little hint to one of my other videos there. But that's just O-rings, screws, and a cap with thread. Grip tape for the front grip. I don't like these grips. Another reason why I'm stoked what's in here. Now this muzzle, 100%, this will be going on my purple one. I've swapped out the back end of my purple one. This is just my 200 FPS one. Little fake scope on it. And bearing scar. Have fun with that later on. That already looks so much nicer on that. Excuse me. Included is a little 10-round magazine. Blaster itself. And I just lost the plunger. So I highly recommend swapping these O-rings out. They're just nothing special, not the best. And I'll show on like the actual mod video that swapping them out is definitely worth it. I might shut that cap in real quick. And can't find my own kit bits. So the blaster does normally come with the Allen keys to be able to do all this. And the great thing about the Swift is just how easy it is to take it down, tune it to be able to whatever sort of gain level you want. Didn't have any real particular reason why I wanted to get all three, other than just the fact of I wanted all three colours. The ironic part is I actually plan on painting them all now. So that is kind of funny, but kind of screws myself over. Because then I won't have all three colours. But in the meantime, got a nice picture. Now the seal on the Swift compared to some of the other blasters out currently, like the Harrier, it's not the best, but it's a real easy fix. It's just swapping a couple of the O-rings which are provided. Once you've done that, you're pretty well golden. Now I'll probably end up doing this one There's either another 200 FPS version or another long boy, and 3D prints another railgun. God. And out of the box, yeah, no seal. Alright, so gonna have some fun playing around with that. This was, once again, a blast that is practically brand new. Yes, I did buy it second hand, but I bought it pretty all brand new with all the extra bits and everything. This barrel will not be staying in it. I think the short barrel is practically useless. This little bit here is just a nice little orange cap. You don't want to have it exposed, or you've got worker scar, which is a little freebie add-in. Well, that might be something to do with the seal right there. So if I can tighten that up and get a bit of a better seal. And that is why you get the metal gate, because these plastic ones are crap. I'm sure if you see that, already broke it. But benefit of, yay, metal gate. Pretty on must buy, especially if you're planning on playing around the O-rings. That broke real easy. That actually is the first one I've broken so far. But that's okay, because I have spares. And after the mod video, well, yeah, that'll be in. In the meantime, this is just the unboxing, so I'm not too bothered by that. It's something to fix, something to point out why you fix it. Alright, so I'll just stick that up there for the moment. Yeah. So already got a spare plastic gate, won't use that. Definitely be using the metal one, and the extra O-rings I'll be chucking on as well. Fix that up. And next up in the package, given the choice of buying another Swift or a Harrier, depends. Given the opportunity to get on a deal like this, I'd probably go for the Swift. But mainly the Harrier is a much sleeker platform, and it's just a slimmer version. But I like the Swift. I paid for the railgun STLs, so being able to turn my Swift into a big rail blaster, like, well, there you have the stock version, slightly extended, the suppressor's not plugged in properly, and then this is the full rail blaster version. How much racing in at the moment. Took that off for game day. Tournament just last weekend. I love this thing. But that is my long boy version, and I'll print another rail down the line, as well as sort out getting the bottom part printed. I had the boys from Mods WA print that for me. Muchly appreciated while my printers were down. You don't need to ask, my printers are down again. Just about always need to have at least one down. Life of 3D printing. I have no idea how people manage to keep all theirs and not working all the time. Kinda jealous. Alright. Now this is the exact same one which I've already got, which is awesome because I did like it. A little bit of hardware, a few screws. And this is the AK Blaster Mods. Buy this bit. This is $35. Australian freaking plus shipping. And this bomb bit comes off to some access to some Picatinny rail for some nice foregrips. I prefer my angle foregrips over vertical, but each to your own. Highly recommend getting one of these. Don't bother getting the bolt action prime for this. I actually snapped it off in my purple version in the actual block, and now I can only put 3 screws into the actual block of it. So that was extreme great disappointment. And that was done with only a 1.4, 1.6. I'm hoping it was the 1.6 because if it was 1.4, that's just really disappointing. But yeah, snapped off. It's got nothing to it. This here is one of the mods I don't have, and I can't wait to be able to try out. This is a Delrin pusher. It's supposed to be good for a good extra 10 FPS. It's supposed to be real good, freaking nice and solid, and of course it's lighter than the plastic one. So that is going to be a nice fun change to be able to squeeze some extra high FPS. So I might turn this into another rail blaster just to utilize that and to utilize this bit. If you're not me, never cut towards yourself. I seem to be more dangerous towards myself when I'm cutting away somehow. But have not caught myself on camera yet. So I guess there's hope. These are the fun goodies. Spare barrel on it, a spring which come with the blaster. Then 1.6 and the 550 mil. You 550? You look short. Yep, no, you're alright. So another little bump up again, just to try and keep up with some of the power of my other blasters. These barrels are, I'll just get this end open. They are chamfered down one side, so it is directional, but awesome. So extremely happy with what I've got. Can't emphasize enough that what I got here is a bargain. As I said, when I'm a Blast Tech, I've already added up how much the majority of what this is, which is available through them here in Australia. And even then, the price which it adds up to is there's like 330 just after shipping, but before tax. It might have been after tax. Pretty sure before tax. And yeah, that alone was, yeah. Well, I've done this a couple times now, so when I'm saying this for only $300 posted with the extra bits, yeah, that's it. Pretty well freaking bring this down to the $300 value. You can give up that. Give up that. Give up that. And pretty well that came with the blaster. What would you rather? Get yourself a deal where you get freaking the extra goodies to really bump up some FPS, or miss out because you want to try and lowball some poor fella. Just because a new blaster comes out doesn't devalue previous blasters. Just because a new blaster is the hot thing right now doesn't mean that everything else is worth less. And just because somebody's willing to sell a blaster for only $150, like some of these are selling for at the moment, doesn't mean that everybody will. Especially if you're willing to like post something to the other side of the damn country for the same price. Like, damn it, you're awesome. Like, I'm stoked with this. I'm happy with this. I feel as if I got a good deal. Some people might argue, but at the end of the day, you add it all together, plus shipping, plus time to get it, and everything else. The poor guy spent a month like before I was able to come through for him. Almost missed out a couple of times. There were other people which were interested. They just chose to go down the cheaper route and obviously get themselves a Harrier. I've already got a Harrier. I wanted all three colours of the Swift, so I got myself an extra Swift with some extra goodies. Definitely worth it. Definitely do it again. But please, to all those out in the community who might be watching this, don't try and lowball somebody over a blaster price. What they're asking is what they're asking. If you don't like that price, go somewhere else. Don't harass them. Don't sit there going on, oh, I can get it for this much from this person. Go to that person if you can get it for that much. What people are selling is what they're selling. The price they ask is what they feel is fair. The guy I got this from didn't feel as if I was getting as good a deal as like what he would consider. I do because I understand the shipping and time. With my first build, I bought about half the stuff here separate. I had to go to multiple different places to get it. Fortunately now it's basically all in the one place, so I can just combine all the shipping. But that doesn't take away the value of what's here. That's the unboxing. The review of one of these is great. I'll slap some chrono numbers up for the different barrel and spring combinations. Yeah, pretty well. This thing's set out the box for about 160. I think I got my long one up to 320 through my chronograph. But my chronograph is dodgy and temperamental. At game, my 200 FPS one is tuned for 180 to 186 in between there. Through my chronograph, it's slapping between 196 to 199. So, yeah. Pretty well what this thing is going to be able to crank by the time I'm done. I'm hoping for some good numbers. I'm hoping for some wicked performance. That's what I'm planning on tuning it to. And now I've got the extra bits for durability, squeezing an extra little bit. It's here. I love it. But I can't give enough praise freaking to the guy I got this from. I would like to mention his name, but due to knowing that there were other sales, I don't want anybody being disgruntled. If you were somebody which is interested in purchasing this blaster and chose not to, you missed out, man. You missed out. Because now I've got a third one to add to my collection. Third one I'm going to be sitting on. And I've got all the goodies. I'm not having to chase around. Excuse me. I'm not chasing around parts. I'm not chasing around anything. It's all here, ready to go. So I can bring to you a mod video. Yes, this is a partially biased video because I've already got two. But if I'm willing to buy 3 of these blasters, plus all the upgrades, like freaking like to fully upgrade 2 of them and have a third partially upgraded, that shows how good of a blaster this is. And if you can pick them up cheap, go for it. If you can pick them up for a fair price, go for it. Don't be silly and overpay just because somebody slapped some stupid paint job on it, or because they've already slapped everything else in. Like, by all means, paying for the time, paying for the mods, you're paying for the blaster. But don't pay stupid prices. Don't try and undercut somebody at a sale. Don't try and not be a rip. Don't lowball people. What you get is a good deal. The majority of the time, this community is all about fairness. That's the end of that. As much as I'm going to go on bitching about lowballers, great job. Very appreciative, and I'll be bringing out the mod video very soon. Thank you for today. Blast on.